Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a panel of experts on issues in American politics brought to you by Seaholm High School. First, I'm going to ask our panelists to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ben Rear. I'm a professional in abortion.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sofia, and I'm a professional in Homeland Security.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob, and I'm expert in gun control.
Hi, I'm Tae. I'm professional in illegal immigrants, children.
Great. Thank you, panelists, for introducing yourselves. Now, to get started, what I'd first like you to each do is to explain what your issue is in American politics.
Well, the problem with abortion is that a lot of people are against abortion, but a lot of people also think it should be like really accessible to everybody who needs it. That's the problem.
In the Homeland Security, the problem is that after 9/11, the country and the government got way more strict on freedom of speeches and all that kind of stuff, which created conflicts in the country.
And like gun control in our society, government try to figure out what's the right to bring in every country, like they allow have gun or not.
Now, many illegal immigrant children come to border between the U.S. and other countries to escape from any crime or gang and murder.
Very good. Thank you, panelists, for that brief description. What I'd like each of you to do next is to explain what the two sides of your debate are with your political issue and why people believe what they believe in America.
Okay, so the side of the people who think abortion should not be legal is mostly religious people that believe that they believe some with their religion and they think abortion is basically a really bad thing. And then you have the people who are like kind of for it and they think everybody who doesn't want to have a baby should be allowed to kind of get rid of it.
In America, the true sides about Homeland Security are first the people who want to be secure their whole life, not have more terrorist attacks like 9/11. So people who want to diminish the free rights and freedom of speech, etc. And the other people who believe that it will not happen again, probably, and they want to keep their freedom for themselves and not destroy them or dismiss them.
The two sides of the gun control is about the people who want a gun is they want to protect themselves and protect everybody else. And other side is people who think that gun is very dangerous in this country.
There are two groups. One people who believe should help children. Another is people who believes should send back children to the country. For example, in Texas, security near border was strengthened, but also other side, charities support children.
Right. Very good. Thank you, panelists. That helps to make it clear what the issue is in America. The last question I'd like to ask all of you to answer before we look at your issues more individually is, how does this issue affect American society?
Well, with the abortion, a lot of people who are against it, the protesters, they take violent measures to try to stop abortion, and it really makes people insecure and sometimes not feeling safe when they go to a clinic to get an abortion.
Sorry, what was the question?
The question is, how does your issue affect American society?
So it creates people who think they don't have any freedoms anymore. They believe that the government is always watching them, which is probably not true because there's not enough people to watch every American citizen. But yeah, it creates a lot of suspicious people who think that they're just not free anymore and just living in some kind of a prison, jail.
In American, they just want to figure out what's the right to be have gun control, like Texas. In July and 26, 2008, they allowed everybody have a gun. Yeah, in Texas. That's the only country they can have.
State.
To help the children, we need we have to use money. But some people disagree because the U.S. should not use tax without agreement of children.
Excellent. Thank you for that explanation. Now I'd like to ask each of you a few questions more about your individual issue. And I'd first like to start with Mark and thinking about 9/11. In your perspective and your experience as someone who's from France, do you think 9/11 changed how other countries, maybe France specifically, how they control their security?
Well, first of all, it changed a lot in the airports because, well, obviously 9/11 was a problem of security in the airports, so more security you can get with anything in the plane. You like pass through people like search what you have on yourself if you don't want to get searched. And it changed when people come, if they have a past that could be suspicious of terrorism or where they're from, they could ask themselves oh, is that guy really just visiting or is he doing something else? So it created a lot more security compliance before coming into the country.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Next question I have is related to gun control. And so, Sean, I'm curious to know, or rather, excuse me, Dr. Jacob, I'm curious to know, I know that the Second Amendment allows all people in the United States the right to bear arms or to have guns. What is the specific law that people are still debating when it comes to having guns?
I think they debating some other country allow everyone have gun or not, because in Texas it says and everyone allowed to have gun and don't need a license.
Oh, they don't need a license. Okay.
Yes, and in Michigan we need to have a license to have a gun to have a license.
Are the laws about how to obtain a gun license different in different states?
Sure.
You're not sure? Okay.
I think so.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's helpful. And then my next question is related to immigration and children. And I am curious to know, I understand that part of the debate is that some American citizens want to use taxpayer dollars to help the children of immigrants who have come here. And some people are opposed to it because These children are not Americans. Those people that want to use money to help immigrant children, would they like to use that money for? How would they like to use the taxpayer money to help the children of immigrants here? Do you happen to know?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. No problem. Maybe we'll take a look at that with some further research and get back with you in the next month. Okay, and then finally with abortion, I don't think I have any further questions. Let me think about this. Oh, that was my question. How is the perspective of abortion different in the United States than it is in the Netherlands or France, where you have had experience?
Well, once again, it's all about religion here.
Mm-hmm. And what is the perspective in other countries?
Well, in, for example, France or the Netherlands, they think of abortion more of a kind of a good thing to help, for example, teenagers or young moms who don't want to be moms yet, to help them. If you're in college, you don't always have the money to raise a kid, so I think it's better to be able to not have one if you don't want one.
Very good. I'm going to ask you the same question, Dr. Taihei. Is immigration a concern in Japan, where you are from?
About immigration in Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Because Japan is island,
Mm-hmm.
just few immigrants come from China or Korea.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it is less of a problem. It's a smaller problem.
Small problem.
Okay.
Recent year,
Mm-hmm.
Korean people increases in Japan.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for your expertise today in American political issues. Have a great day.
Thank you.